Recording as well.
Yes. Hello, everybody.
Yes, way to be.
Welcome to the 3/4 Guard MMA Podcast. Again, it's fine. Sunday evening.
Crack-a-lackin' pimp smacking. Oh, no.
That's going to cause a nice echo. Okay, I muted it. Anyway.
Do you have your phone on silent?
I don't. I might not. Okay.
Okay, now I got
we're
my
going
phone on
silent. All right.
Phone's
Not to
silent
disrupt
right now.
this stream. All right. So, I'm Shane. That's Eric.
Hey, how's
You know
everyone
us
doing?
if you tune in any one of these Sundays.
Ah.
So just jump into it. Obviously, last night, UFC 226. Night before, tough finale. Did we talk about Bellator last week?
No, I don't think we did.
Not the biggest Bellator card, but
No. Oh, the whole,
McFarlane.
No, I don't think we did, actually.
Yeah.
McFarlane.
Yeah, the female, that was a strawweight.
Oh, yeah. Right. I don't think we didn't talk about that.
Although,
But, she a strawweight? Their strawweight champ?
I think strawweight.
She choked her out, right? I think.
I think. Are you sure? I feel like it was a.
It might have been a TKO.
What the fuck?
Why
Why
does
is that
Seth
a-
MacFarlane like?
Why?
we just googled McFarlane and Seth MacFarlane came up. So
And it's a video.
it's pretty
I don't
funny.
know. They got some weird things going on there.
Yeah, weird stuff happens sometimes.
We like the weird
There you
stuff.
go. Submission. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay, it was.
Submission.
Oh,
round
right, because
three
it was at the end of the round.
on Alejandra Lara. Watch fight. See, damn, they let you watch the
What?
fight. Bellator's great.
Oh, Bellator.
You can just watch the fight. Like, how did she win?
They got great content.
Yeah, it's not bad. Makes you wonder.
Take some notes, UFC. But I mean,
Damn.
then again, they do need to
My
expand
balls.
their
Itchy, but
fan base. Unlike the UFC, which can kind of do whatever the fuck they want.
you'll forgive me for not talking too much. I'm a little hungover. I'll let Shane handle the ranks of things.
Eric had a lot of alcohol yesterday.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, was it a armbar?
Yeah. Damn. She had that in tight.
Oof.
Yeah. She was like, "Fuck you, taking that
Yeah.
over me, motherfucker."
Take it home, Lilo and Stitch. All right.
Nice.
Anyway.
Way to be. But yeah, no, good performance by fuck. I hate that I can't pronounce her like first
You're
name.
so mad I closed that tab. You're like, I'm
Alima?
just going to read it off.
Alima something. That, but
Leah
it's up to her.
McFarlane?
Yeah, she's Hawaiian, I believe, right?
I'm not sure. It's possible. She probably is.
You're terrible at this.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm not exactly sure where she's from.
Alima Lay McFarlane.
Sounds-
McFarlane.
Except for McFarlane.
Alima Lay. Yeah, I mean, it sounds Hawaiian. Oh no, she's the flyweight champ. 125, not 115.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she's
She looks smaller.
yeah. I mean, so does Paige Van Zandt. But
Oh,
strikes
she's a
hard.
little heavier these days
Yeah. She has a flyweight
because of her breasts.
world championship.
Yeah.
She won the inaugural
kidding.
flyweight belt
Sure.
in 2017. Funny enough.
You
Holy
didn't
shit.
even get it.
I didn't hear you.
Good.
Tune you out when you state things that are inappropriate.
No, you don't.
Well, then how will I know how to correct you? What will I correct you on? Here we go. So yeah, the tough finale. A lot of decision wins. Luis Pena.
Hey, I got a submission.
Yeah, he got a submission window. Luis Pena got a submission win last night, so he showed out. Montana
Oh, right,
De La
yeah,
Rosa.
he had that injury, so he couldn't even fight. I remember it was like the first fight he had, didn't he? He got injured?
Yeah, he got injured. Like his foot, I think, got like injured after the first fight, and
Sucks.
he got to the next round, but then they took him out of it, and they told him like, "Don't worry about it. We'll give you like a shot." And yeah, he definitely capitalized. Hats off to him. Him and Roxanne Modafferi also got she also got a win.
A little
man.
ground and pound. It wasn't like the prettiest, cleanest win, but
But
grinded it out.
she gets really fucking gritty with it though. I like that. I like that about her style. Her style of fighting. She's very like gritty, and she's very like pushes the pressure and all that stuff. But yeah, man. I mean, she's got crazy freaking jiu-jitsu, that's for sure. But she got a TKO win with elbows. I like that. I like she utilizes her elbows a lot. She utilizes her elbows in the clinch. She does a lot of that. So it's a very entertaining fight. Hats off to her. Second round TKO. And let me see what else. Yeah, Montana De La Rosa also another fight in the women's. Well, no, this was in the women's flyweight division. Oh no, yeah, they were both in the flyweight division. I just remembered Roxanne used to fight in strawweight. Montana De La Rosa got a win over Rachel Ostovich. Submission, rear naked choke in the third round. Damn, like almost at the end of the fight, essentially. Like 4 minutes and 20 in. But, yeah, hats off to her. Luis Pena with the submission win. And, what else?
Oxaceres, Martin Bravo. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good fight.
Good back and forth. A lot of striking. A lot of, crazy goings back and forth and stuff like that.
Giving it their all.
But yeah, good showing. Alex Caceres is always always an entertaining fighter to watch. So hats off to him for entertaining us. And yeah, the winner of the featherweight tough finale was Brad Katona with a decision win. Got a 30. Like all three judges scored it at 30 and 26. So that means they gave Jay Cuccinelli a 8 round, which sucks. But Brad Katona. Congratulations on winning the featherweight Ultimate Fighter undefeated. He's still undefeated as a featherweight. And another undefeated individual is the winner of the lightweight portion of the show, Mike Trizano, who also got another decision victory. It was a split decision, though, against Joe Giannetti. Joe Giannetti put up a pretty good fight. But, yeah, Mike Trizano got the contract. I'm sure we're going to see more of Joe Giannetti in the future. He had a pretty good showing. And he had a really good showing on the show as well. I mean, for this being a loss for him, a decision split isn't, the worst loss to have. But, yeah, though, congratulations to Mike Trizano on the lightweight win and for being the Ultimate Fighter undefeated at lightweight. And also the main event of the card, Israel Adesanya. I always mix up how to pronounce his name. How do you pronounce his name?
Adesanya.
Okay, I did it good. Israel Adesanya defeated Brad Tavares by decision in a 5-round main event. 49-46, 50-45, 50-45. So not a bad showing. I saw a lot of good striking coming from Israel. And yeah, he's progressing. He's growing. But
it's a big step up in competition, bro.
Yeah, that was a big step up in competition, definitely. But I mean, I feel like I'm still waiting for that big win, that big like submission win, that big signature win. Yeah, that's gonna put him in the talks of either title contention or makes him a contender. We still haven't seen that yet. Really good decision wins and really good showing overall, though. But yeah, I wanna see more noise from him. I wanna see more. I wanna see a couple knockouts, maybe a couple of submissions, Maybe he's holding it back for whatever reason. But yeah, very good showing from Adesanya. And, hats off to Brad Tavares for putting on a tough showing, though. Definitely taking those strikes, taking those knees, all that shit that Adesanya was giving to him and not losing. So definitely hats off to him. And
damn, just walked by Marlon Moraes. Didn't even say nothing.
Hey, man.
Couldn't have been upset.
Marlon.
I recognize him.
Nah.
Like you're a human being.
Not even.
No.
Screw all that. But yeah.
Like you're the next step for the.
Definitely still somebody to talk about in the middleweight division. But like I said, I'm kind of waiting for that big win that separates him and puts him in the talks of a competitor for the belt. But yeah, it was nice.
That's a tall ladder to climb.
Right now, especially in the middleweight division. I mean, you got so many people, and you got what's his face was Kevin Gastelum was announced as the new middleweight #1 contender. He's going to be going against Robert Whittaker at the end of the year, but that isn't until after they both coach the next and possibly last Ultimate Fighter. I think that's
Probably
the one that's going to. I think that's going to be the one with the women's featherweight division and heavyweight division. It's going to be a lot of knockouts, hopefully, in that season. But
no, isn't it? It's featherweight. You said featherweight.
Yeah. Featherweight for the women and heavyweight for the men.
Divisions is needed.
Absolutely, definitely. I mean, fuck, if they find some more women in the featherweight division, a couple of people knocking other people out, that's definitely what we want to see. I think we haven't had a heavyweight, heaviest weight class Ultimate Fighter in a while. If I'm not.
Second.
We haven't had a heavyweight or a heavyweight division Ultimate Fighter in a while. If I'm not mistaken. When's the last time there was they did heavyweight?
Heavyweight. Roy Nelson won.
Rampage and Rashad. Damn, that was a while. There's been heavyweight before that, hasn't there been?
Before that?
After that, I mean, there's an Ultimate Fighter. Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure that was last.
Damn. Diablo.
That's fun.
Crazy. That was one of their best seasons too. That was one of their best seasons. They got a lot
They
of.
had a couple of big names that came out of that. Yeah.
Rashad and.
I mean, they
Rashad,
had Kimbo Slice in there, which was just like another.
Rashad and Rampage definitely. Whatchamacallit, definitely made that show great to watch.
Roy Nelson, Matt Mitrione, Brennan Schaub.
That's true. Yeah, there was a plethora of heavyweights in that. Yeah, man. So
Big
hopefully
names.
we'll see. Maybe it'll be maybe it'll be the same thing for the featherweight division. For the women, we'll start seeing some women knocking some women out.
I don't know. This thing kind of makes it hard to look at you. It's like,
Yeah. Well. Just,
Can you wait? Yeah. See, yeah, okay. There's room. We got space.
it's just
Okay.
the idea is the white. It's fine. Whatever. Still
Should help.
works.
It's working, right?
It's kind of still there.
As long as it's not hitting me.
My eyes are
My
so
PC
dry.
ass. Anyway,
But,
yeah. So we were talking about
But yeah, the right now Gastelum is the number one contender for the middleweight belt.
It was kind of a toss-up between him and Weidman. Weidman having defeated Gastelum last year, I think, in Long Island.
I just pulled out a hangnail, but it didn't bleed. So
All right.
goddamn right.
You should go play the lottery after. Anyway. Maybe you should do that. Maybe, like, if you're, something lucky happens, you should immediately go play the lottery, because maybe there's, like, a time frame for that.
Like you're only
Maybe it's
lucky
like a
for the
shriek.
next 5 minutes.
Yeah. Maybe it's random like that. I don't know.
Excuse me, everyone. I'm being gross right now. And fixing my nose.
That is gross. Anyway. Yeah, so it's going to be between them two. Even Whitaker's thought it was going to be Weidman.
Yeah.
He was the one calling him out.
I'm telling you,
Because he does have the win over him.
pretty sure Weidman's
Technically.
still like nursing that thumb injury. His hand got like, I mean, look at what's her name, Paige Van Zandt. Her shoulder, she had shoulder surgery, or like I forgot what injury she had, Paige Van Zandt. But they essentially gave her like the bone or like the tissue or something like that from like a cadaver or something, and I think her body rejected it. So she has to go in for like another surgery. Yeah. So she's gonna be out even longer than I think she was originally supposed to, because her body wasn't reacting well to the replacement, so to speak, or whatever it's called.
Well, she's just like in the surgery room, and she was like, "Well, I'm here. Might as well give me tits."
Damn.
Fair.
That totally took a left turn. I thought you were going to talk about something serious.
I was making jokes.
That's funny.
She's a sweetheart.
I think she got him beforehand, but maybe.
I don't know. She's been gone. She's been out for
Might
a
as well
while.
fix my hand. I got these new things. Might as well fix my hand. But,
It's just, I don't know. She's been out for so long, and it's just kind of weird.
Hey man, whatever, dude. God bless a woman who likes to take charge in her life. I respect it. She's independent. She can do what she wants.
Hey, if like Chris Weidman suddenly comes back with like a nose job, I'm gonna make fun of him too.
Does he need a new nose?
I don't know. Maybe he's probably punched there a lot.
That's
so.
true. He's been getting fucked up a lot lately. Like
Yeah,
when Edmund's one of those people. Like when he loses bad.
The other thing is with Gastelum is I'd rather see Gastelum fight. I think he could have beaten Weidman.
Yeah.
Weidman, I think is kind of like on a downward.
You think so?
Trajectory.
I don't know. I think
so.
I don't think just yet. I think
He got demolished by Luke Rockhold.
Yeah.
He got demolished by Joe Romero.
Well, I mean, they were both
He
sick.
got demolished by Gegard Mousasi. And the thing is, not that he wasn't like in those fights at all. Like,
Right.
he certainly had like some moments, but for the most part, he was.
Like I said,
And
when
obviously the
when
end- at the
Weidman
end
gets
of those
fucked
fights,
up, Weidman gets
yeah.
fucked up. Weidman's like the middleweight Shogun, if you will. Like Shogun can fuck people up, definitely, and he's dangerous. But when Shogun loses, it's bad.
It takes a lot of time off your career too.
I mean, yeah, that is true. That's. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like he's been
How
just
old
been.
is he now? He's not young. He's 34.
34.
You know, he's like
He's
going
there.
towards the end of his career. Like he might be able to.
Hold
Well,
off
the thing
for like
is,
maybe another 2 years. I think.
185 is a heavier class, so you know maybe he has some. You know, but I feel like he's I feel like I don't know if he's peaked. He's reached his full potential already. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or either way, you know, he's got plenty to.
I'm telling you, I
I'd
feel
be
like
proud of
not to shit on him at all. Like I still think like Chris Weidman, you know, he's definitely the guy who beat Anderson Silva. He beat like the greatest of all time by this
course,
night.
yeah.
But I feel like at that point, Anderson Silva was also like, almost seemed like he didn't want to be champion. Almost seemed like he was looking for the right guy to beat him, if you will, and like to take the belt from him. I guess like it's almost not to say he chose Chris Weidman to beat him, but I feel like definitely
You are the one.
or something, yeah. But like no, I don't know. I just feel like Chris Weidman wasn't. Yeah, but I don't think it was like not the time in the division to do that because, like you said, there's so many other people right now, and it's a pretty open division. I mean, Luke Rockhold won the belt, but he still lost to Bisping, and he lost to Yorel.
He won, and everyone was like, Luke Rockhold's the next star.
I thought he was gonna be. It was upsetting when he fucking lost to Bisping. I mean, it was exciting that he lost to Bisping, but god damn it, he was supposed to hold the belt for a minute.
He had a long layoff. I think he was contemplating not coming back. He was like,
at one point he was saying
upset because he was like, the division's being held hostage. They're only giving the fights that he's got. Stuff like that.
Because George St. Pierre won the belt. Yeah, I remember he was pissed off about that.
Yeah, Bisping was kind of picking and choosing his fights, but
I mean, I felt like at that point in his career, like they let some people do that. I mean, at that point in Bisping's
I've never seen it that. You never seen it like that though. I've never seen that before. Like that bad.
GSP and Nick Diaz. Oh, well, okay.
No, but at least
choosing,
Nick Diaz,
I thought you meant like choosing opponents.
Worked his way up to that. Like
no, but he lost to
Dan Henderson. You're fighting GSP like these guys out of nowhere.
Whatever.
I mean, I guess you could say that now with Brock Lesnar getting a heavyweight title shot, but
we'll talk about that later.
WME era,
we can talk about that later. Talk about that.
Yeah, but and then he got his fight against Branch. He looked good, but then Romero that didn't work out.
He didn't look that great against Branch.
He looked pretty good.
He looked pretty good, but I mean, in terms of like a champion, like I feel like he should have beat him in like the first round. I know it's weird to expect that.
Fight back in like a year or so.
Funny enough, like I'm the kind of person who doesn't like to say that, who likes to say like, oh, this person should have won in the first or second round. It's kind of like when you win, you win. But I don't know. I feel like he could have looked better. He could have looked, especially with like the he was a used to be a former world champion. He beat Weidman for the belt, and like just his like he beat Machida. He beat all these like really like top guys in like dominating fashion, so to speak. Not Chris Weidman dominating fashion, but he beat somebody like Lyoto Machida in dominating fashion. He should have, I feel like, just annihilated Branch. Maybe he was being careful because he didn't want to lose.
And Branch is no
definitely not. He's definitely a veteran. Hats off to Branch. I'm not saying like he's an easy fight for anybody, but just Luke Rockhold as maybe the fact that Branch is a veteran is what stopped that from happening. But I don't know. I just felt like Luke Rockhold should have probably ended the fight a little sooner than he did.
Hey man, don't talk that shit. Branch from Brooklyn, son.
All right.
From Brownsville.
No disrespect to Brownsville. No disrespect to David Branch. I respect you.
Please don't fuck my shit up.
But yeah, I mean that's how the middleweight division's looking right now. Kevin Gastelum against Whitaker. I guess happens at some point at the end of the year.
That'll be at the end of the year.
Yeah, they're both coaching the last tough.
Weidman's been quiet.
We'll see how that goes.
That
is interesting. Weidman has been quiet.
Weidman's been very vocal about getting back to the title shot.
That's what I mean, though. I feel like maybe then, maybe he knows his injury is going to take a while. Yeah, maybe he's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to come back to the end of the year. Or something like that. Maybe that's why he hasn't said much. I mean, if he knew he was coming back in like October, November, I feel like he would have said some shit already. He hasn't. He's just been. I feel like he's definitely needs to nurse that injury for a bit. And until then, Kevin Gastelum is your number one contender in the middleweight division.
I think it's a good fight.
I think it's a good fight. I want to see it.
Gastelum.
It's a good fight, like with a lot of not to say smaller middleweights, but they're both like right there in height. They're both right there in like frame and stuff like that.
Gastelum said he wanted to go back down to 170, but
I would always honestly both Whitaker and Gastelum I think are like a little small for the middleweight division because you got a lot of these dudes that cut down from light heavyweight. They both came from.
Gastelum was 185 originally, then went down. But then
he's just like a big freaking dude.
He's got a big frame.
Yeah. But I mean, like it's
short.
It's an interesting. Yeah, it's just an interesting fight. We'll see how they both do. They might fucking slug it out for all we know. But yeah. I mean, Gastelum's got a chin on him. Whitaker's got a chin on him. This could be a slobber knocker. I think. I like me a slobber knocker. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah. Moving on now to
let's talk about UFC 226.
226.
I'm from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Actually, I thought it was Las Vegas. It's actually Paradise, Nevada. What the fuck is Paradise, Nevada?
What is it?
It's in Paradise, Nevada. What the fuck is Paradise, Nevada?
Paradise, I think it's like Paradise is in...
An unincorporated town in census-designated Clark County, adjacent to the city of Las Vegas. So it's like an extension of Las Vegas, like right next to Las Vegas?
I guess so.
It kind of looks like Las Vegas.
It looks, I guess maybe it's like that particular portion of,
Oh,
the
the Vegas
casinos and
Strip
shit?
is largely located within Paradise. So what the fuck? So Las Vegas Strip isn't completely in Las Vegas?
I guess not.
Damn, we're fucking sleuths.
What?
Sleuths
What's
right
a,
here.
What's a sleuth?
Like the detective. We're fucking detectives.
Because we're figuring shit out that people
we're
can
fucking
find on Wikipedia.
for free.
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
that's cool. But yeah, beginning of the night, Dan Hooker had a really good showing against Gilbert Burns. Holy shit. Started off, they were both going at it, trading shots about this and that. Dan Hooker got him with like a straight right, I think. Faced Gilbert Burns, got him on the ground, and Gilbert Burns tried to take it to the ground. Dan Hooker almost got a submission, almost got a guillotine. And then afterwards, they just kind of stayed on the feet. Dan Hooker knocks him out with a well-timed punch. And, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely was. That was him. He was the one that called out Paul Felder after he beat Jim Miller.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So maybe that was supposed to happen, but then, Paul Felder was involved with a lot of people.
This guy's looking good, man. He's got to get ranked this week.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a young. How old is he?
28.
Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting to his prime right now. His striking is pretty on point. Last night, definitely knocked out a definite contender in Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns not a slouch. He
had some up and down fights here. Yeah, he was fighting at featherweight originally. Lost to Yair.
I think I remember that too.
But then he returned to lightweight, and he's got a nice 4-fight win streak. All
Going
finishes.
on at lightweight, yeah, man. Return to lightweight. When he returned to lightweight, he knocked out Ross Pearson. I think that was when he retired Ross Pearson, to be funny enough.
It's not funny.
To be funny.
We love you, Ross.
But, yeah, 4 straight wins for Dan Hooker. Not a bad showing last night. Yeah, he's got to get ranked. I'd say maybe number 10, number 9. But he said it himself. He's like, I want these ranked guys. I want top 15, top 10, all the way. He's like, fuck all that noise. I deserve to be here. Come at me, sons. And then he walked away. Of course, he doesn't sound like that. He has a British accent, so he, sounds a lot better when he says things. But
yeah, instead of sons, it'd be mate.
Yeah, good showing for him. Who else was on last night? A good showing last night.
Whitmire, Jimmy Memorial. Yeah. Not the most explosive fight, but decision win.
Whitmire definitely used her size and her wrestling and pressured Jamie Moyo. I mean, Jamie Moyo, even for it's crazy because even for a strawweight, she's small. Yeah, she's I think 5 feet even.
She's pretty small.
Need the atomweight division, son. Let's get the atomweight division in the UFC. Got these 105 pounders coming
5'1",
fucking people up. Start getting fights with all these short midgeted women.
Jeez.
No offense.
Then we had a string of decisions on the prelims. Curtis Melander, Max Griffin, Chikarkos, Lando Venata, Rafael Sansao, Rob Font.
All really good fights, but yeah, most of them went to decision. Most of them were kind of one-sided.
I'm disappointed in Lando, man. I don't know. I had high hopes for him. I think a lot of people did.
I mean,
he's got such an amazing fun fighting style. Jesus Christ, what the hell just happened there?
I just got a whole bunch of I got a whole bunch of things. Damn. All right, just a whole bunch of notifications. Yeah, I guess at the same time. But no, yeah.
Did that ever happen to you with iMessage, or you might 10 messages will come in at one time?
I feel like a jerk because sometimes I'll get an iMessage, but it doesn't it shows up on my notifications as it's there. But every time you get a new friend, they're like, oh, you just got a new friend. Connect with them on iMessage. So it kind of shows up as a notification. Yeah, no. For me, on the iMessage on the...
How do they know what do you mean you're a new friend? A new friend of where? Of what?
On Facebook.
Oh, they says connect with iMessage? From what? From iMessage?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that. I don't have those two connected.
No. I don't have it connected either. It's
what the fuck?
Messenger.
Oh.
I'm confusing them.
Come on, bro.
My apologies. Moving on. That was a waste of time.
Nice. Lando, he's got the explosive style, very flashy. Loves spinning shit.
Love spinning shit.
He loves the spinning shit.
I love spinning shit too, though. Every time he does spinning shit, I get
I'm a fan of spinning shit.
I mean, yeah, his unorthodox striking is the reason why Tony Ferguson almost lost in their first fight.
Yeah, that was an interesting fight. And that was also what?
It's all shitty quality. It's okay.
No, that's what we're streaming it from, not where we're streaming it to. That's what the quality on YouTube that we're doing.
That sucks.
I mean, I put it up higher, but I don't want to stream that. There's no point in wasting our bandwidth. I don't really need to see it.
This is true.
See it right there.
Moving on.
Anyone that's at home, they can watch it in 720p if they like.
Okay. I don't know a lot about computers, so he knows everything.
Messenger.
He made his computers with his bare fucking hands.
Noob.
Anyway. But yeah, no, I mean, he's still fun to watch, though. I mean, hopefully they don't cut him soon because I think he's been losing a lot.
Yeah, he's lost his...
Has
he won a fight?
He has a big win-loss record, I think. No, he definitely has. He absolutely has. He's knocked out... Who was that? Was that you? That was
Yeah.
You, stupid prick.
Oh, John McDessie.
Damn, yeah, last time he
only
won
one.
was... Jesus Christ, that was UFC
But
206.
lost to Tony, then yeah, he won
He's
his
been busy,
next
though.
fight.
He's
And then lost, man.
He's been busy a lot, though. Ever since Tony Ferguson, he's fought at UFC 206, 209, 216, 226. Yeah, man.
This fight wasn't the most
he's been getting that pay-per-view
exciting,
money.
but all of his fights, are usually, like the Bobby Green fight was really good one. He actually had been deducted a point, so he might have won that one.
He might have won that one. Yeah, I heard about that.
He would have won that one if he didn't get that,
if he wasn't
point
deducted that
deduction.
point. It sucks.
The David Tamer fight was good. Obviously, KO and John McDessie in the first round.
Yeah,
the Tony
was
Ferguson
like
fight was pretty decent,
Big win-loss record. Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens. If he keeps
it's
losing,
misleading if you look at it.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
yeah, I mean, hats off to Drakkar Close or Klaus?
Drakkar.
Close.
Paulo Costa. Bohachina? Is that
Paulo Costa.
Yeah. And then Bohachina.
Yeah. That was a pretty good second round, though. They were going at it. They were going at it with the fights. They were
back
going at it
and
with
forth.
striking.
You could tell that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fight. That was a pretty fun fight.
Raya Hall was getting a little hurt.
Yeah.
The worst of the exchanges.
Raya Hall, unfortunately, hats off to him. Did what he did, but he got a second round TKO. Looked like he took a lot of shots to the body too. They were going for like those body shots. They were both trying to get each other like tired. Just Paulo got better at the exchanges. Unfortunate for our Rego Park native, but hats off to Paulo Costa for that win. Very exciting main in the prelims. But then moving on to the main card. Khalil Roundtree defeated Gokhan Saki with a first round KO. Very, very big win for Khalil Roundtree.
Yeah.
On a striker, a former Glory champion. He was the fucking man in Glory, I think, right?
He
Like
was he's a kickboxing legend. But that's
the shit out of people.
What's more impressive, it was basically a kickboxing fight.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
There was no grappling.
No grappling. It was a straight up striking exchange. Khalil Roundtree, I think what he got him with just like an overhand.
I think it was
right.
right. Yeah.
It was like it was a right hand, right?
You know what though? And I saw Gokhan Saki switching stances a lot. I wonder if Khalil kind of just timed it.
Probably.
Because it did come after. I feel like he switched his stance and then he's kind of like got him.
I think like it's always different when a striker comes in and fights in MMA and like the octagon especially because I mean it's the stance and just everything in general, like how you throw a punch is just different when you're fighting in MMA in comparison to fighting in, let's say, like boxing, kickboxing, or anything else with like striking. You gotta always watch out for like that takedown. I'm sure that was something he was like thinking about, especially because Khalil Roundtree is like he's got some good wrestling on him. I remember in the Ultimate Fighter he was showing off his grappling a lot. But yeah, he still was able to knock out, like I said, a kickboxing legend in Gokhan Saki. So hats off to him. It wasn't like a huge knockout, but
but he did the job. Yeah, it was a TKO.
Still a.
It wasn't like a flash knockout or something. Tell her to change the quality.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes. I have to prove it to you?
No, it's fine. No, I saw it already.
Yeah. Go up to 720. Look at that. Right there.
You don't need to do that.
Is that blurred to you? No. God damn it.
Stop that.
Damn.
I believe
Internet
you.
noobs.
I don't know these things. Well, no, I would have figured that she would have done that.
I'll be here an internet noob. You're a YouTube noob.
Damn, that's fine.
You're a noob.
That's not cool.
Sorry.
Leave my wife alone.
That's rude.
Moving on. Anthony Pettis defeats.
Yeah, the catch weight fight. 157.5.
Because Mike Chiesa is fat. No, I'm kidding. It's fucked up.
Well, he is a future welterweight.
He's huge, though. When I saw him in there next to Anthony Pettis.
He's so much taller than him. When they do the stare downs and he's looking down.
He's so much taller than him. That's why I was thinking, like, holy fuck. Like, I thought Mike Chiesa was honestly going to get the better of it. But Anthony Pettis, triangle armbar in the second round. Holy shit, that's a big deal.
Never
Mike Chiesa
count
gets
him
a
out.
lot of
He
submissions.
needed that much needed to win for Anthony Pettis. He was
Absolutely.
5-7.
Almost
or
kind-
five out of his last 7. So he's 2-5.
Almost did it the way he beat
His last
Bendo when he beat Bendo for the belt, and like I think he had him win like full guard.
that
or
off?
half
I think
guard
it was
or
off
something
his
like
back,
that.
right?
Yeah, it was off his back, and he got an armbar a lot faster than he did with Bendo. But last night, essentially the same deal.
I feel
Chiesa
like Michael
had like
it
mounts.
was a long setup.
Yeah,
I feel like Chiesa. I don't know.
he was
I
trying
mean,
to get
I
him.
think he
In
didn't defend
a,
it.
he was trying to get him in a triangle first, and then Pettis was able to angle to like his like Chiesa's like left.
Well, it was
and then
a
because of that-
triangle. It was actually a triangle armbar.
Because
So-
he had like the triangle in first, and then it looked like
So
he
the
let
triangle
it go.
armbar, like the head's in.
Yeah,
It's
essentially.
not necessarily a triangle,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the arm's in. The
Yeah,
head's
yeah.
in
His
when
head
you
was
put it
in,
on.
and I think it was coming out. But then while Chiesa was trying to get out of the hold, he had gotten him in an armbar, and then Chiesa just fucking tapped it because he was like, "Fuck it." Yeah, but I mean, Chiesa said he said he was moving up a weight now. This is
Yeah.
going to be his last fight at lightweight.
He can't make that cut anymore.
He's a big
They
dude.
shouldn't though. They gotta figure this out. They need to like figure out like, all right, at the beginning of camp you're this much, in the middle of camp you're this much. You should only really be cutting down to this, or like keeping track of them.
No, yeah, absolutely, I agree. But I mean, you know, it's also up
their
to the
own safety.
fighters. Some of the fighters are like, "Fuck it, I can cut that weight," because some fighters have been cutting that weight for a while now. I mean, yeah, it obviously backfires on some people, especially because of their age and stuff like that. But I don't know. I mean, you got to leave that up to the fighter. Like Gastelum, eventually he couldn't like go down to 170 because of his dieting and stuff like that. He's up in middleweight. I mean, he's kicking ass in middleweight. Says he wants to go down to welterweight. He's got to prove that he can do that first.
A lot of fighters look better at a heavier, more natural weight, like Dan Hooker.
Yeah, boom. This is true. But some fighters look better when they cut down because they have that, like, some of them are able to take advantage of, like, the reach advantage, the height,
If they do it smart,
you know, just the weight advantage in general. They're able to take advantage of that. But yeah, like I said, some people do belong in a higher weight class. It's just, look at Jorge Masvidal. Didn't he used to fight at, like, featherweight?
No, I don't know about
Or
featherweight. I know
lightweight,
he's
right?
fight lightweight for
Yeah,
most of his career.
he's like freaking, now he's middleweight. Now he's like,
He's a small welterweight. Yeah.
I mean, he's healthier though right now, and he knows it. He says it himself, like he's healthier. He feels better. He doesn't have to cut that much weight.
I feel like he has a fight that's going to come up soon.
Oh no, but he beat
They were talking,
he beat Donald Cerrone at welterweight. He beat Donald Cerrone at welterweight. I'm thinking.
Yeah, Cerrone,
Yeah.
Ellenberger, Pearson. I don't know.
Yes,
Pearson's.
And
I don't know.
after
Wait,
that,
what? Pearson was at welterweight. So welterweight, he actually lost. He lost to Ben Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson.
I
like Quinta.
Larkin.
Damn, he lost to Quinta. Yeah, just up and down for him.
So many people get their like. It's been really weird at welterweight since Cerrone's been back.
Yeah.
People have been like using him as like a launch pad for their welterweight ranking. Like,
I mean, makes sense. He's really good. He's a really good fighter. People know him. People know that he's
because
good at both
actually,
weight
I
classes.
mean, like Masvidal is a good fighter, but I mean, if you look at this, he won 1, lost 2, won 3, lost 2. He's still ranked like in less than 10, below 10, I think.
Mm-hmm. It's a big division, also. That's why. I mean, you got a big division, and you I mean, look at how long it, like you said, like how long it took Dan Hooker to even get up in the top 15. When you have a lot of people like that, you got to fight more. You
But
gotta
the
get,
Cerrone fight-
you got to get like 5 or 6 straight wins. I mean, look at remember the women's like bantamweight division, or even the women's like divisions when they just started. They were putting everybody like you get 1 or 2 wins, and you're like in the
No,
top
I know, but
10.
welterweight is been around for a long time.
I know, but
But it was that
really
fight.
deeper
I think
now.
it was that win. against
Welterweight's really
Cerrone.
deep right now. They got Kamaru Usman up there. They got fucking Kobe now with the interim strap.
But it's like Darren Till, you beat Donald
Yeah, man.
Cerrone, you're fighting number 1.
Yeah,
Jorge Masvidal, you beat Donald Cerrone, you're fighting Damian Maia. Who was like number 2.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
What's his name? Leon Edwards. I don't know where. I mean, it wasn't the most impressive fight in the world, but that definitely helped him out.
No, yeah.
I don't know where he's ranked right now.
Leon Edwards?
Actually,
I don't think he's ranked.
will it show? Hey, he wouldn't be ranked, really?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
What? Who the fuck? Yeah, I'm a mobile. Thanks, Google. Real smart. Jesus. Send me to the mobile website. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You get-
Oh, even on here, look, they got a link to it. Fuck you.
You get so mad about things that don't matter.
Fucking idiots. All right, anyway. Leon Edwards. All right, he's at number 11 now. So he
Okay.
basically took down Cerrone's
Took a spot.
spot there. Yeah, it wasn't quite as big but obviously it wasn't a finish, so it didn't quite shoot up like some of these other guys did. But yeah, I think Jorge Masvidal was going to. I mean, he's been in talks with a bunch of people. I know he really wanted to fight Bisping before he retired, but
fuck up Bisping. And Bisping's like, you're a fucking jerk. Every time they have an exchange, Bisping is like, you're disgusting.
Oh, it was Leon Edwards. Okay, it was Leon
It's
Edwards.
so funny the way Bisping gets mad at him. It's like,
So
you're a
where is
disgrace.
Masvidal?
Look at
Masvidal's
you.
at 9.
You're not
He's
even.
still at 9. Wow.
You're not even fucking educated. Like, he's a jerk.
They're just going at
But
it.
Masvidal just like trolls him though. He's like, "You're a bitch. You're a bitch."
He says
Mad
whenever
at
he
it.
sees
I'm
him,
gonna
like,
fuck
it's
you
gonna
up.
go down.
He's like, "It's gonna go down. I'm gonna fuck you up." He's like, "You're just a trashy individual, sir."
But he's,
yeah.
I mean, you know, Masvidal's that kind of guy. Like, he used to fight in backyards. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man. He fought in the prelims of one of Kimbo Slice's backyard fights.
pretty.
He fought 2 guys actually. I
Who's
think
that?
he fucked up 2 guys right before Kimbo Slice fucked up
the
like some
undercard.
dude. Yeah. He was the undercard for a Kimbo fight. But yeah, so, not to sidetrack, but yeah, I mean, Chiesa moving up to welterweight. We'll see how he goes there. Pettis, great win for him. We'll see what's next for Pettis. I mean, you know, former champion, still ranked.
He's still ranked.
We'll see what happens, I guess, right now. I mean, where's he ranked at?
He's at 12. So, you know, who's really out
He
there?
might go
I
up.
don't
They
know.
might put him. They might put. I'm thinking they'll put Dan Hooker maybe at number 12, and they'll probably move him up and maybe even replace him with Ally Quinta. As at this point.
I don't know. Fuck, this whole thing with Ally Quinta is weird because
I think
he made these cryptic tweets making it sound like he was leaving the UFC and
Yeah,
he was
he
going to
does
go
a
to
lot,
Japan or something. But there was something that I heard recently where he said that his relationship with the UFC is fine or something, and that he was injured. He had like an injury that I don't know. It was weird. It sounded like he was making excuses. He was like, the fight was too soon. He had an injury. There's this, and that, which is weird because I heard, I think it was on MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, and he was saying that this is a good matchup for him. That he's excited. That this is the perfect date for the perfect opponent with Gaethje. And I was like, and then all this shit. Like, I don't know. It's fucking weird, kind of back and forth. Not a lot of. I don't know what the real story is.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
either way, I think he's gonna stick. I think he's sticking around for now.
yeah, that whole big fiasco when they changed all the like the main events and the fucking fights, and they had essentially after all the not smoke and mirrors, after all the dust settled, so to speak, the fight that we had was Paul Felder versus Mike Perry, which
And
just happens
James
to be
Vick versus Justin Gaethje.
yeah, but Paul Felder and Mike Perry at welterweight, which happened to be the next fight of the night on 226.
Sorry, so Mike Kiss is out of there.
Yeah, I think Mike Chiesa might be out of there.
James Vick has a fight. Al Quinta's injured. Nate Diaz, I don't even know why he's ranked anymore because he hasn't fought in fucking I don't even know how long. Justin Gaethje's got a fight. Barbosa, I'm not sure what's going on. He just fought Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee doesn't have a fight. Dustin Poirier's fighting in Eddie Alvarez. Tony is injured. Might fight someone if shit with Connor doesn't go through. But it sounds like it's going to be Connor. It could be. I think Anthony Pettis is going to be fighting somebody higher ranked or lower ranked than he is.
Maybe
He might fight Alex Hernandez.
He might fight whoever.
Francisco Trinaldo.
I was gonna say maybe he'll fight
Dan Hooker if Dan Hooker gets ranked.
the winner of Justin Gaethje, James Vick.
I don't.
That might be the way for whoever.
When
like,
is that? That fight's coming up.
if Gaethje beats
That's
Vick,
like a
I
week
think
or
they'll
so
give,
from now.
yeah, in like 2 weeks, Nebraska. I think if Gaethje wins, they'll give him Pettis.
I think
Maybe
that's a
they'll give him
bigger
Pettis.
fight.
Pettis is a former champ. Pettis is a former champ,
I
though.
don't want to put Pettis in there.
They'll always put a former champ. They'll always put a former champ against somebody before, like, you know, they actually give them a title shot. So I don't think James Vick is enough for Gaethje to get a title shot, and I don't think Gaethje is enough for Vick to get a title shot. So I
think
feel like whoever wins that is going to go
obviously
against
not.
Pettis.
Barbosa's still out there, but Barbosa's lost. I was thinking, like, who's Poirier Alvarez going to fight? They're not going to fight the champ, but Kevin Lee's hanging out there. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the winner of Alvarez Poirier fights Kevin Lee.
Yeah, that might happen.
And Tony's kind of just, I don't even know. What's up with
Unless
Tony?
they give
hanging
Kevin
out.
Lee Pettis.
No.
You don't think so?
No. No.
Just to see if Kevin Lee would be ready for another title shot or whatever like that?
That's not a good test.
No. Well, regardless of all that, let's get back to the topic at hand, UFC 226. And like I said, after they took out Felder out of fighting, who was it? Like Iaquinta or something like that? Or
no, Felder was going to fight Vic.
Vic, right, yeah. After they took him out
After
of that,
Iaquinta dropped out against Gaethje.
he found himself in a...
I'm happy for Vic.
Not a Twitter rant. Yeah, I'm happy for Vic. He's doing his thing.
Deserves a big fight.
He has a whatchamacallit, but yeah, Paul Felder and Mike Perry, as we were talking about it like a week ago, they had like a little Twitter exchange, and they ended up having a fight last night at welterweight, which was a kind of a pretty big, kind of a slobber knocker.
It was a good fight. Yeah.
Started a little with a headbutt.
Yeah, it was the first
double
blow.
headbutt. It was like the first blow of the fight. It was a double headbutt from both individuals. I think they were both going in for either a
both
takedown
had a
or
little
both going in for a fake.
Heads.
Yeah, but then I mean, friggin' Perry caught Felder with like an elbow or an overhand left
on the
hook.
end of the
Gave him a fucking hematoma and like busted open his like forehead even more. But no, yeah, very good fight. Very good back and forth.
Mike Perry's funny.
Mike Perry's a funny guy.
Paul Felder's actually taller than him.
Yeah.
They're around the same size.
But Mike Perry's
a smaller.
Mike Perry's,
he's
he's like a big fucking guy. He's a big dude. He's a wide body, if you will.
I feel like he could be, if he wanted to torture himself, he could make it to lightweight.
Yeah, but
he'd be a big lightweight. But no, he doesn't do that.
He'd be a huge. I don't think he would do that now. I think he likes where he's at. He likes fighting the big guys. He likes getting into these wars and exchanges. I mean, fucking A, it makes for a good fight. Last night there was a really good fight between him and Paul Felder. But yeah, Mike Perry won by a split decision. Deservingly so, I think. It was definitely a split win for Mike Perry.
That end of the second, I won it from. That end of the second, that left that gave him the hematoma and cut his cheek, got him bleeding. Paul Felder looked like fucking Carrie from
Carrie?
From Carrie.
Yeah, right.
Do I have to like specify?
From Carrie. There's a lot
Carrie
of
from Sex and the City.
Really? That was your second Carrie?
Yeah. I don't know. What other Carrie is there?
I don't know any other ones, so I'm just giving you shit for saying Sex and the City. Regardless. Great showing from Mike Perry. Defeated Paul Felder. Yeah, and then the co-main taking place of, unfortunately, the featherweight. Max Holloway. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But, yeah, Derek Lewis defeating Francis Ngannou in a lackluster co-main heavyweight fight. At one point, Herb Dean had to stop him and tell him, "Hey guys, you got to fight. This is a fight. Remember, you're making me look bad.
I don't in here.
Like I don't want to ref this motherfucker. Like you gotta make me want to ref this. Let's go." And then I don't think it really did much because once again, a lackluster decision win over Francis Ngannou, and I don't know, man. It just looked like Francis was like, I don't want to get hit anymore. I don't want to get hit like I got last time for 5 fucking rounds straight.
It was a little
something went away, man.
Hesitant.
Yeah, very, very hesitant. It was like night and day though, just entirely different than he was before. I mean, did they even?
There's a lot of backstepping and
a lot of backstepping. Yeah, I mean, Derek Lewis knows the deal. I mean, Derek Lewis could also use his wrestling and like he did yesterday with his grappling and stuff like that. But I mean, just Francis Ngannou just didn't look the same. It did not look the same.
No, Joe Rogan was saying that, maybe he needs like a sports psychologist or something. That loss to Stipe might have just kind of killed his confidence. Maybe it. Yeah, he took another look at his game plan and the heavy punches he was throwing, and he thought maybe that's was the biggest contributor, his gassing out, and again, I mean, it definitely was, but. That's what we expect, right?
Yeah, I mean, some people come back from a loss, and they come back better, they come back stronger, they come back, like, wanting it more, and some people just
don't come back, really.
I mean, especially if you, like, have a loss like Francis Ngannou. I mean, he literally got pressured and, like,
the hype train was so...
I mean, it was big.
Moving so fast.
It's crazy. It's just nuts how, like, the hype train does that. The hype train literally I think, like, Dana White said it last night. He's like, after that win over Overeem, he just thought he was, like,
the UFC was treating him like that.
I mean, but that'll happen with any organization. Anybody gets a star on the rise, they're gonna be like, this guy's gonna be the next big freaking thing. They have to do to sell tickets, but at the same time,
we can't say like, he thought he was the shit kind of thing. No, I mean, you guys. Basically,
you can't let that.
You're putting the belt around him before.
But you can't let that get to your head though. Regardless of anything, it was up to Francis Ngannou to not take all that hype. It was up like. He takes in all the compliments, he takes all that shit in, but it's like in his head, he can't believe, like, I am the best because everyone says so. It's like, nah, man, you got to believe it up here. You got to believe it up there. Not only that, but you can't buy into the hype, your own hype, because he knows
believe the hype.
I mean, you can't be a fighter and not know what you're not good at. I mean, he must have known that his wrestling was going to be like, it's going to be fucked up one day, or his gas tank was going to get fucked over one day. And if he totally left his mind after the Overeem fight, then yeah, he let it get to him. That's his own fight. That's his own fault. I would say.
I mean, he hasn't fought the
job,
kind of chins that like Stipe and
there you go,
Derek Lewis have.
He did. The organization's job is to hype their stars. They hype the star when the star makes a big deal. When the star knocks out someone like an Overeem into fucking another stratosphere. And it's up to them to be like, yo, you got to check out this new guy. You got to watch him on the next card. But it's up to the fighter to keep level-headed. The fighter can't let their head get big. And unfortunately, looks like that's what happened to Francis Ngannou, and it kind of got to him. Fortunate thing. Before we get into the main event, the historic main event, there was supposed to be another title fight last night, the featherweight title. Max Holloway, the featherweight champion, was supposed to go up against the number one contender, Brian Ortega, which is going to be like a crazy freaking fight of like, right now, just like, I guess the two top guys in the featherweight division, right? I mean, freaking Ortega knocked out Frank Yeager. No one's ever done that. Yep. And Max Holloway knocked out freaking he choked out Cub Swanson, and you got Max Holloway who knocked out Jose Aldo twice, and who's had like a 12-fight like winning streak right now, 11-fight winning streak,
something crazy. Yeah.
But during fight week though, unfortunately, Max Holloway was showing concussion-like symptoms. His words were slurring during interviews. And I saw him during interviews, like we were talking about before. He looked like he was just either really sleepy or like just blazed out of his mind. And I know that like kind of Max Holloway always kind of talks like that. It kind of always looks really like, yeah, man, but it more so than usual. Like literally he was on the camera and it was kind of like, did you just wake up from a nap?
Yeah, Bisping called him out.
Bisping called him out on it. Yeah, at first, like, which funny at first, like I thought like Bisping was just kind of being Bisping being Bisping. But I mean, that kind of put a red flag on it, and everyone kind of realized it, like, holy shit, like, what's going on with you, dude? And then they realized I mean, did they mention what it was? Do they know what it was? Did he get knocked out in training or something like that? Like, or is
I haven't heard anything. I just
shots to the head,
some kind of symptoms. But I mean, Max, he
takes a lot of shots.
He's young, but he's fought a lot, and he's been in wars.
Absolutely, yeah. He's been in the UFC since. What, he was like 19, I think, 20, something like that.
Yeah,
he's been fighting since he was 19 years old. He's been in the UFC since he's like 21 or something like that.
Yeah, he's a young guy, but
he's been when you fight at the top level, especially someone like Max Holloway with a 12-fight winning streak. I mean, you don't get that 12-fight winning streak by just fucking showing up.
No, I mean he dishes it out. And he takes
absolutely.
It. He takes it in order to dish it out. He there's that one kind of famous for me. Sticks in my head that fight against Ricardo Lamas at the end of the fight, and he just points at the ground. He's like, "Let's go."
Yeah,
but it's also that Hawaiian mentality that
just
let's scrap,
tough, bro.
They just love to scrap.
Hawaiians are fucking tough, dude. Hawaiians, like, you could fucking rock them in the face with a baseball bat, and they'll just spit out their tooth and come at you.
Look at Yancy Medeiros, similar style, except obviously I think
BJ Penn.
Max is on a different level, obviously, but Yancy's still got that same
Hawaiian
warrior
instinct,
spirit,
bro.
that heart,
dude.
that heart.
Rough,
he just wants to go out there and fucking just.
I mean, the way they talk about it, the way BJ Penn used to talk about it, how Max Holloway talks about it, is like they literally fight when they're kids. Like they literally just scrap in the street because, like, hey man, you want to fight? Let's fight, and people just kind of fight at an early age out there. That's crazy. That's like a different breed of like human being. Like the Dagestanis and like even those people as well, like the people where like Khabib is from and stuff. It's just a different world over there, bro. And you got to be fucking built tough, dude. That's like one of those places where it's not just all, taking a bike ride to your friend's house and doing an MMA podcast. I'm gonna go out and get some milk, and you're gonna come back with a black eye because some random guy decided to fuck you up. That's nuts, dude.
At least you brought your milk back.
There you go. But no, yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll see what's gonna happen now. I mean. As we said, after he was showing those symptoms, he went to get seen by a doctor, the UFC doctors, and they realized...
That was actually the second time I think they went to check it out.
Yep. And, it was the fight was canceled just because they want to figure out what's going on with Max. I mean, right now, do you think he's going to keep the belt? Because I know, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, like with this, I mean, this could be like a long-term thing, or it could be like, hey, you need to take like a year off because
I don't know how
you
long
got a
it's gonna be.
concussion.
So,
Yeah, he's like the new
something.
crown champion now too. I mean,
That sucks.
yeah, right now the featherweight division and the featherweight championship right now is kind of like looking a little like what's gonna happen with that.
But in this WME era, they don't really like to wait around.
No, they don't.
So the first thing they even and they talked about it, the first thing they did was they talked to Frankie Edgar and Jeremy Stevens, who are going to be fighting, and they said, let's make this a what do you call it?
Interim.
An interim title fight.
What happened to that though? I think.
I don't know who. Yeah, I never heard like.
I don't think so because Ortega said he wanted to fight for the belt.
No,
I think
know,
they were
but-
gonna get. I think they were trying to get what's his name?
They said that that's one thing I heard. I also heard that they asked Stevens to fight Ortega.
Yeah.
And Stevens couldn't do it.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was literally like a week's notice. What the hell are you gonna do?
Yeah. So.
But that's so
Frankie
weird that they
said
had-
He needed more time.
I
I don't know
wonder
what they
I
tried to.
wonder
What they
their
tried to
plan
get them
was,
both
though.
to fight.
Yeah, I wonder what their plan was though. It's like what Edgar versus Stevens for the interim, and then whoever wins that goes against Ortega.
And then
on a
yeah, it
later
doesn't
date.
involve Brian Ortega. That's like such
Yeah.
a weird. That's kind of weird that they
Yeah.
did that.
I don't know.
And if I'm Ortega, I'm like, what? What the fuck? I won this. I got this title fight fair and square. Like what the fuck?
But yeah, apparently, well, that didn't work out as we saw, and yeah, they ended up just canceling the whole card because I think Ortega wanted to fight for the belt. He was like, "I want to fight for the belt. I want to fight for this money," but yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
Where is Stevens even in? Is it
Like,
4?
yeah, number 4.
Wasn't he fighting Aldo?
He beat Aldo. Maybe he was supposed to fight Aldo. He's fighting on that card with that Fox card.
Oh yeah, there he is. He's fighting Aldo on July 20th. Oh, it's like in
Okay, there you go.
in 20 days.
Boom. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
He's fighting Aldo.
So
I guess but Frankie Edgar. Oh yeah, they already fought though. They fought in one of the UFCs in MSG.
he beat Frankie
Stevens
Edgar.
he beat him by decision. I remember that. It was kind of a not to say it wasn't an exciting fight, but not the craziest fight. But
It's
yeah,
weird. I don't know.
But yeah, they were gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know why they were gonna do that. Maybe they were gonna
makes
just make
sense.
Ortega
It makes
fight
sense
someone
to
in a later date.
Stevens. Well, I mean, Frankie beat him, and then
I don't. Why did they do that? Though? It
Ortega
doesn't make any
beat
sense.
Frankie. I mean, this is like MMA math, right? But like a lot of these, it just kind of makes sense in this way. Like you're only gonna get a title contender here right now.
Yeah, really. Unless Chen Sung Jung comes out of nowhere.
He wants to fight. He's back.
Korean zombie. I love it.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's great.
I don't know. What the fuck did I even come from? Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Stevens. I mean, the Stevens
Maybe they were-
Ortega makes sense, but
Maybe they were the only ones ready. You know Aldo. Aldo, I don't think
not gonna get
Aldo's
another
never
title
taken a
shot
short
right
notice
now.
fight. He'll never take a short notice fight. So I don't think they even tried with Aldo. Funny enough, I don't know, man. Maybe Ortega was just ready for Holloway, or maybe they wanted to do Frankie versus Stevens at the interim and then make Ortega versus whoever that champ was on a later date. But yeah, it seems weird though. It's a fight that already happened. Maybe all the pieces were gonna fall into place. Just Frankie was ready, Jeremy was ready, but then something happened at the last minute. I don't know. Who knows? Which freaking this matchmaking. Whenever Dana White gets involved in the matchmaking with Sean Shelby, it's always let Sean Shelby do his thing.
it's like very emotional.
Yeah.
We gotta get this going. Gotta do this now.
Okay,
Gotta get
boss.
something.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll just see where that
we'll see where that happens.
goes. The best to Max. Hopefully,
Thoughts go
here
out to
soon.
definitely thoughts go out to Max Holloway, the
Even
featherweight champ.
Conor McGregor sent out a nice tweet
Yeah, it was. I mean, fucking A, dude, it's serious.
and recognized Max as the world champion.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like a big.
Fucking A. When I mean, dude, you get like these head injuries are crazy. Remember when I was, I don't know if I ever told you about this, that wrestler, Daniel Bryan, who was getting like concussions. He had gotten like 4 concussions in a year and wasn't telling anybody about him. And he took like 2.5 years off. But when you take time off of like brain injuries, bro, it's literally like you need to go home and you need to not do shit. Like, be a carpenter. Get a hobby, like that kind of shit. Like you can't do any sports. You can't like hit your head with anything. You can't do that. You do this, you fuck yourself up even more. So I mean, right now we could be looking, unfortunately, we could be looking at Max Holloway even like retiring for a bit, or even like not fighting anymore, which is crazy because, like I said, he's 27 years old, 26. He's a champion, and he's getting concussion-like symptoms. That's not good, especially at his age. It's fucking nuts.
So, I mean, concussions have ended careers.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
like TJ Grant.
We were looking at that last week.
Other
Definitely. But I mean, yeah, it was unfortunate. We did lose a fight.
That's funny that we were just talking about that last week.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. We did lose we lost it's going to be probably a great freaking featherweight championship fight. But yeah, our thoughts are out to Max Holloway, the current featherweight champion. Hopefully you stay blessed, sir. And maybe we'll see more of the blessed era soon, or, you know, we'll see what happens with Brian Ortega now.
Yeah.
I guess he'll be fighting the winner of Jeremy Stevens and Frankie Edgar if Jeremy Stevens beats.
No.
Jeremy Stevens and Jose
Aldo.
Aldo. Right. Jeremy Stevens.
Frankie doesn't have
Aldo.
a fight.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he doesn't have a fight. But
I mean the thing is, it's weird. Like,
he got knocked out by Ortega not too long ago. So, you know, when you get knocked out. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Right now, the featherweight division seems to be in a bit of a limbo state. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But even though we lost a championship fight last night, we did have a super fight.
There were still 2 belts.
There were still 2 belts
Present.
There were still 2 belts present, and there were 2 belts present
for one fight
afterwards.
Yes,
because we now have a new champ, and new heavyweight champion of the world.
This is only the second.
Baddest man on the planet. Second man to hold 2 championship
two belts at one time.
One time. Yep. And Daniel DC Cormier is the man to do it. And can we put him now in the basket of GOAT conversations? I think so. I think if not in the conversation, arguably.
It's strange, right? Because, you know, who else was in there? You had John Jones, Anderson Silva, GSP.
I keep playing with my ring under the table, and I think it looks like I'm doing stuff to my pants, and I just realized that. I've been doing it so yeah. I'm not doing anything. Everything's fine on there.
He's not tugging it on
this is what I've been doing. But I just felt like I needed to do that real quick. All right.
Finger ring, not a cock ring. Anyway.
But yeah, man. Fucking DC.
Yeah, so I think you got John Jones, you got DC, you got Anderson Silva, GSP. Those are probably
Johnson.
DJ. I'm sorry, DJ. I'm sorry.
But I mean, at heavyweight,
that's your pool for GOAT. Really, right there.
You got heavyweight, but I mean, there's so much crazy crap when you talk about like the best heavyweight of all time, because you got people like, let's say, Cain Velasquez, who lost to Fabricio Werdum, and Fabricio Werdum is the only man to tap out Cain Velasquez, Fedor, and what's his name? Nogueira.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you got Fabricio Werdum, who could be talked about maybe, kind of, and then you also have Fedor, but Fedor's lost to Fabricio Werdum, and he's been losing up and down lately. He just had that 10-year winning streak against non-UFC fighters.
Never made it to the big show. So arguably there, but right now, I mean, DC's undefeated at heavyweight. DC's the champion.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Stipe was also in the conversation. He had the most title defenses.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean,
finished all his fights.
His record was definitely good. Like Dos Santos, Overeem. Who else did he knock out? Knocked out a couple of people. The only person he hasn't knocked out has been the champ.
He didn't knock out Ngannou. That's right. He didn't finish him. That's right.
He didn't finish him, but he still decisioned the big mass of humanity. But yeah, I mean, fucking Daniel Cormier though last night knocked out Stipe in the first round at 4 minutes and 33 seconds of the first round. And I mean, he was getting better at the exchanges as well. It's not like DC was like in trouble at any particular point.
DC had that. DC didn't really have like a lot. Like a lot wasn't happening. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of it seemed like Stipe grappling
of feints. Some grapples.
Stipe kind of going after him, and Daniel doing like those weird he has like this weird way of avoiding shots. So he does a lot of head movement, but it's also like a lot of body movement. So like if someone's swinging at him, sometimes he'll just be like,
it's like he's dancing,
move his whole body around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, he has to. He's a small
and it
guy.
works, yeah. So he just kind of tries to get out of the way.
He like literally needs to hop out of the way to get out of people's leg kicks because he's just like their legs are so fucking long.
So he has a lot of movement, a lot of full,
He's got to be. I mean, it's got to
a
be
lot of interpretive dance.
Especially with his grinding, bracing the grind style. I mean, he moves. He gets into that octagon and he does not stop moving.
It's just such a weird.
It is. It's funny. But I mean,
defense.
Gets him done.
It also keeps him from getting.
Got him 2 belts at the same time, though.
Taking big punches.
Got him 2 belts. Yeah, I mean, right now, the only person who's beat him is a man who can't even fight in the UFC for at least another 2 years or something like that. Who knows when he can fight again? John Jones.
Well, that's also the asterisk on that GOAT. It's like
I feel like there's
John Jones.
There's an asterisk amongst
in that group of potential GOATs. Anderson and John Jones are the only 2 that have been popped for steroids.
There you go.
Now I think they're both great athletes. Who knows if for one, who knows if they were or intentionally taking steroids? Who knows if those drugs had any kind of impact on their performance in the octagon or whatever, but it puts that asterisk on it. It's a shitty thing, especially John Jones. Well, actually, no. Both of them got popped twice, didn't they?
Who's that?
I think John Jones and Anderson Silva both popped twice.
Yeah, I think so. It was all Anderson Silva's was all like post his championship tenure. So it was like afterwards.
Yeah,
I think that was like
John Jones was when they canceled the fight with DC. Second time was after the fight. So yeah, it's like I don't know. It's tough to say. That's why even though John Jones beat DC twice, there is a little there's a question there about him getting popped. But both of those fights were at light heavyweight. So I would like to see John Jones versus DC at heavyweight. Maybe, John Jones has always had shared his interests in moving up.
He can go back to doing his CrossFit training. And, get them gains
power lifting, yeah.
Looking like he's going against OSP, and then
But we'll see. I think that would be the fight.
Nice little tweet from Scott Cooker. Congrats to DC on becoming the heavyweight champ again. Hashtag Strikeforce lives.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, DC, the Strikeforce Grand Prix winner.
The former heavyweight champ at Strikeforce. Current light heavyweight champion UFC. Current heavyweight champion. I mean, no one else can say that they've done it. No one else can say that they have. Yeah, no one else has had those accolades.
Did DC win gold? He didn't win gold, but
he didn't. He didn't get into the. Remember, because of his kidney.
Was he?
He was in the.
He never got to compete. Actually compete.
No, he never actually got to compete. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's right. I thought 1 year he got to compete. I know he was on the team. Was he a captain? Was he the captain of the wrestling team? Really?
I forget. I'm really not. Just so much information that keeps put in my brain. Some of it gets pushed out.
He's got so many accolades and accomplishments.
Absolutely, dude. He's the. I was gonna say he's the only Olympian to be a champion. Fool. Ronda. No, I just completely forgot about that. But but I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, literally.
Sarah McMahon was Olympian, right?
Yeah, but she wasn't champion.
No, I know. I'm just saying,
Sarah McMahon is also for wrestling.
Yo Romero.
Yeah.
And Henry Cejudo. Henry Cejudo gets another chance to do that. Nice. Coming up against DJ.
Way to be.
Although I'll begrudgingly tune in just to watch DJ win again.
Fucked up. But yeah, man. Right now, like you said, that asterisk that's there is for him is the fact that he's lost twice to John Jones. There's one man that he just a mountain he can't climb. That's a tall order. But at heavyweight, we've seen DC transition well from light heavyweight to heavyweight. It's a big difference. I mean, it's like one. It's like pounds.
It's another weight class.
205, you go to 225 and up. But I mean, at heavyweight, you got people knocking people out all the time, and it's all you need is that one shot.
And you see, DC's got more division. Power at heavyweight.
DC has more power at heavyweight. DC has knocked out heavyweights. We've seen John Jones in there fuck people up definitely and like get the better striking exchanges. But I don't know that he has like power like that. Does he have? That particular
mean,
like
people
knockout
say
power?
that he doesn't. He's got a lot of knockouts, but also
He's got a lot of TKOs. He doesn't have knockouts. TKOs are different. Yeah.
But also, I feel like John Jones has had a lot less knockouts, like towards, I guess, the end of his career now.
Yeah.
Outside of the DC head kick.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. I mean,
it's become less. But so I don't know. I don't know if he, and that's kind of his thing. He's always outclassing people, and just they wouldn't be able to do much. So he was just kind of picking them apart.
Yeah, essentially. That was his fighting style, and
he's a little more like explosive. Got a lot more TKOs like early on, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, it's different though. I mean, if you
go
go up
to
it's different than like let's say going from featherweight to lightweight, or like going to bantamweight to featherweight, or even welterweight to middleweight.
Oh, it's just such a big gap.
Still
205 to like
gap, absolutely. But I mean, even some dudes they cut down from heavyweight. I know he cuts down. He's like 230.
DC was up 40 pounds.
Gustafsson walks around at 230, I think, too. So he cuts down in weight. But I mean,
they're big guys.
When you're fighting dudes that are near 300 pounds who have to cut down to 265, that's fucking different. That's nearly like probably 50 pounds and up of a difference between every single fighter you're gonna fight. And
well, the one fight that they were talking about making is DC Lesnar. I mean, not DC Lesnar. That's the fight that will happen, by the way. They're talking about John Jones Lesnar. And
that's an interesting fight. It's interesting just because I know Brock has power, but I don't think Brock has the striking to land a shot on John Jones.
Yeah, but can he just, with pure mass, just smother him and grab him and throw him to the floor and just lay on top of him?
John Jones still is a big fucking dude. He's still a big guy with a big fucking frame, so that might help out in the
Imagine you see a John Jones that's just like straight jacked, like fucking Overeem size.
I mean, we kind of, yeah. Oh, you mean bigger?
Overeem.
I mean, I was gonna say like when he fought OSP, he was pretty fucking jacked.
Imagine he just starts.
He wasn't like
eating
huge.
Horse meat and kangaroo meat and
coming back like Hendricks. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I mean, it's just it would be an interesting fight. It would definitely be an interesting fight to see at heavyweight. It would be interesting to see how John Jones does at heavyweight. Like you said, if does his greatness transition to that, because it's a big gap, and there's just, I mean, the light heavyweight division has always been like the premier weight class in the UFC since its heyday. I mean, you know, you name names at light heavyweight: Rampage, Rashad, Shogun, the Ultimate Cheetah. People recognize more people at light heavyweight than any other weight class.
Yeah, that division made it a big...
Absolutely. You know. But, I mean, like, you have a lot of people with a lot of talent in the light heavyweight division, sure, but like we said, heavyweight division's entirely different. Somebody could just land a punch on you, and you're done. That's it. I feel like... even somebody
John Jones fight like a real like knockout artist. He never got to fight Anthony Johnson.
He didn't get to fight Anthony. He fought Rampage, but that was like Rampage was already like after. That was when he was cleaning out the division and essentially like taking out all the former champions. But no, I don't think we've ever seen him go out with a knockout artist.
That's why with heavyweight, everyone's almost
dead ass. Everyone really is. Yeah, the only person who isn't is DC, and he just knocked out the heavyweight champion. The only person who wasn't was Stipe. And he was the best heavyweight champion the UFC's seen. Three fucking title defenses. He wasn't knocking people out, but he was like definitely. I mean, yeah, but he wasn't like one punch knockouts. He wasn't.
No, it wasn't like Flash.
Ngannou. Yeah, it wasn't like Ngannou, Anthony Johnson status. He was like picking people apart.
But you're getting knocked out. Most
Absolutely.
Likely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
9 out of 10 times a heavyweight, someone's getting knocked out.
I mean, fuck. Imagine though. Imagine if like
John
Jones comes back at heavyweight, fights DC, and DC knocks out John Jones at heavyweight.
So
that'd be crazy.
Vince McMahon has infiltrated. The UFC and with storyline. I think he was writing the storylines and everything. He was writing the script. And yeah, you got Brock Lesnar. Kind of showed up last night.
All of a sudden,
DC grabs the mic and he's
all of a sudden,
says, Brock Lesnar, get your ass in here. And Brock Lesnar comes in and
shove the fuck out of him. And there's a photo with him right before he places, or like right after he shoves him. Yeah. You just see big fucking hands at DC, and DC's floating back like he's being revived or something like that. It's crazy. But yeah, there was a bit of a scuffle. Brock Lesnar, the mongoloid that he is, took the microphone, said this division sucks. Everyone here's shit. I'm taking that fucking belt.
He said he called Stipe a piece of shit.
He called everyone a piece of shit. He's like, this fucking division sucks. Like this and that. Daniel Cormier, your ass is mine. And then he shoved the fucking mic into the camera Like,
Yeah.
what's the camera guy doing?
That's fucked up.
He's just this big fucking mongoloid
Even
massive.
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's like, what the fuck, man?
He knows like he knows like a huge like I think he just knows that he's just a huge fucking dude that can throw his weight around. He's
a WWE guy. He's gonna try to sell it. He's got to sell it.
Hey man, when you're like it's when you're in a locker room with like that many dudes who are like that big, because like Brock Lesnar's huge. He looks big in the UFC, definitely, but like in the WWE, he not to say that he doesn't look huge. There's plenty of other guys in WWE that are fucking big, that are massive.
There's
and like
a
shit.
lot of heavyweights in WWE.
Well, yeah, absolutely. There's only 2 real weight classes there. It's like cruiserweight and heavyweight. Well, cruiserweight is their like light heavyweight, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, you got all these big freaking dudes over there. You got to throw your weight around. That's just, I feel like that's just how he gets down. There's been plenty of like talks of him almost getting into fights with people in the back. He almost fought Chris Jericho like 2 summers ago. It's like
in real life?
Yeah, in the back. Because like during
didn't him and the Undertaker have a problem?
They had problems, yeah, in the back, but now they're like fucking friends. They're like frenemies, I guess. They like became friends after they like had really good matches against each other. They had a really good like, you know, back and forth thing between them like 3 years ago, and I guess after or during that they like became friends, or before that they became friends. I forget. But yeah, I mean, you get used to that shit, dude, and like you gotta freaking throw your weight around. And obviously he's been in a ring before. He knows how to hype up a fight. Goes in there, shoves DC. Fucking does all that shit.
Have I ever seen Brock Lesnar in a suit before?
Yeah, I have. And DC is freaking whatchamacallit. And DC loves wrestling. So I'm sure he was eating it up. He was eating that shit up when he was in there. But yeah, apparently the talk of the town right now is DC fighting Brock Lesnar and NYC at I think at UFC 230. I think that's the fight they're trying to get. But I don't know how they're going to do that because they need to put Brock Lesnar's name in the USADA pool, and it hasn't been like it hasn't even been 6 months, unless he put his name in there already. But yeah, it's what are you doing?
I don't know. I feel like it was like Brock Lesnar. Like he looked like some like video game boss. Like walking in there.
When he had the suit on and shit.
Yeah, I don't know. He just looked funny as well.
Just a big fucking massive man of humanity. But yeah, like apparently they're trying to make that fight happen now. Yeah, it seems like they're trying to get Brock Lesnar versus DC. Stop playing footsie with me, bro. At UFC 230 in November. I think November 3rd. That's that fight.
Yeah.
Do they have like? I think they have MSG in November now. They have like NYC on retainer now in November now. That's
they
pretty
have
awesome. I don't mind.
Fight a year.
I'm about that life. I don't mind it. But yeah, I guess that's the fight that's gonna happen. I mean, when you have a showing like between Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis earlier that night, and then you got Brock Lesnar going into their ring and
I was
going into the octagon, should I say? It's I mean, what else was gonna happen?
I was curious if the winner, let's say if Derek Lewis or Ngannou won decisively, would they have had them be the next up? Or
I don't think so.
Did they always plan like it's gonna be Brock Lesnar?
I think they always had Brock Lesnar planned, because remember that presser they had for like all the fights that they were gonna have in summer. They asked him about it. They was like, hey, but I think somebody asked a random question about, hey, do you think are you ever gonna see Brock Lesnar going for the belt again? And DC was like, nope, he's not fighting here again. And then I think Dana said something like, you know, we're talking to him about it. We're seeing what's going on. Remember like GIF where DC just lights up because DC actually, cause he's been wanting to fight Brock Lesnar for a minute.
I'm mad that they brought Brock Lesnar out before the announcement. So he was like in the crowd, like sitting there, and he came out.
I mean, that's just the cameras. Yeah, I mean, that's just, you know.
I kind of wish he was just backstage, and then just they were like, Brock Lesnar, get your ass out here, and he had to like walk out.
I thought you didn't like the WWE aspect of things.
I mean, I'd rather have the surprise than it would have been the same, except for
like in the WWE.
Shut up. But imagine not only that, but he calls him out, and then like he has like entrance theme music, and he fucking walks down the fucking road, like the walkway.
Like in WWE.
Like, Brock Lesnar, get your ass out here. And it's like, dude, and he's walking out. He's like,
this is exactly what.
Exactly WWE. They should have, this go WWE, just go full WWE, bro.
I mean, you might as well just like introduce him to Bellator and get like one of those entrances that Bellator has. Just come down that ramp. Come down the Bellator ramp and play the music and shit.
It was weird. I think the commentators didn't even know like what to say afterwards. They were like,
the pushing?
Yeah, no, about the whole situation. They were like, yeah, no. You hear Dominic Cruz is kind of like, yeah, you know, it's like wrestling, because I think Joe Rogan was saying, it was like, yeah, it's just like straight WWE. Like, and he's like, Donna Cruzella, yeah, but, like wrestling, but at the end, these guys have to actually fight each other. And this is like, and it's a real thing. And these guys are real. These guys are real fighters. And and he's trying to like kiss it, like trying to.
He's like, yeah, wrestling's good, but this is MMA.
They're actually gonna fight.
Let's not forget what we saw. But no, apparently that's the next fight. But not to take away from whatchamacallit, DC's win last night, first round TKO over Stipe. Yeah, just landed
Those
a good...
T-Rex arms came in handy, man.
Fucking, what was it? They were, like, in the grapple, I think,
Not many
or in the
men
clinch.
could do that.
They were, like, in the clinch,
Yeah,
I think, right in the middle of the octagon.
He had the underhook, I think it was left-handed, and then just a really short
Coming
right.
off of the clinch, short right.
Stipe's hand was down.
That already, like, that first right totally, like, made him lose his legs. Legs went all wobbly, got down there and just pounding on him, man.
And not even a hammer fist, it was straight dunk.
He was straight, like, Cain Velasquez, like... That was like some Cain Velasquez accuracy on his fucking bouncing head. Now, when he did that, I just kept thinking, like, that's like Cain Velasquez when he bounced Antonio Nogueira's head, like, 3 times on the fucking canvas.
Stipe was upset, but that was a good stoppage. It was
man.
And
Stipe
he was just gonna take a lot more damage.
He freaking, like, shoved Mark Goddard for a quick second there because he was like, what's happening? And then, like, when the doctors came to see him, he was, like, shoving people out of his face. Stipe hasn't lost in a while, dude. He's had a good run. He has had a good run as a heavyweight champion.
Chance,
Very entertaining heavyweight run. Very entertaining fights, like at heavyweight.
Wasn't to become a double champ for him, but that was like that would have gone down in history.
He would have the only other man to beat DC.
And the only man to beat DC at heavyweight.
And at that point he defended the belt 4 times. So that's another freaking defense. Yep, that would have been and people were cheering for him. The arena was cheering for Stipe.
Stipe actually got a bigger. That was his biggest paycheck, and he got paid more than DC.
Yeah, there you go, man. Just a heavyweight champion. He needs that kind of money. Fucking A. But no.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we'll see what happens now with Stipe. We'll see how. I mean, I guess the fight people want to see. I was thinking right now, since Stipe got knocked out, I'm pretty sure he's not going to be in action until at least the end of the year or beginning of next year. And around that time, that's around the time that Cain Velasquez says he wanted to come back. I'm thinking Cain Velasquez versus Stipe Miocic.
Is fucking Cain Velasquez ever gonna come back? I don't know.
If
he says he's gonna come back,
if he comes back, I think that's the fight they should make. 2 former champions.
And
that's the fight that hasn't happened. Right now, that's the fight that hasn't happened.
I could see if they can do that, I could see that happening, and Derek Lewis versus Curtis Blades.
Curtis Blades making noise as well. Curtis Blades doing what he does.
Knocking out
fucking Overeem. Just raining elbows on his face.
But if Derek Lewis fights again, Derek, I love you, bro. Man. Your Instagram's hilarious.
Yeah, man.
But we got to see some more action. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, man.
See some more action.
A lackluster performance, unfortunately, by both men. But I'm sure Derek Lewis. It's not like he lost. He's still the Black Beast. The Black Beast is still there. We'll see what happens with Ngannou.
Yeah, I can see those.
We'll see what happens with the Predator. But right now, you got we'll see what happens with Stipe. You got Daniel Cormier going against Brock Lesnar. Apparently, that's going to be the next heavyweight fight at UFC 230. Are the talks? Like I said, I don't know how they're going to make that. They're going to do that though, because doesn't he have to enter the pool first for like 6 months or 4 months before that happens?
I don't know. They'll. I'm sure the UFC will figure it out.
They'll figure it out, like they
did last time. They'll figure it out.
But yeah, history was made last night. Hats off to the new champ, the light heavyweight and heavyweight champion in Daniel DC Cormier. Congratulations to now the GOAT, possibly the GOAT.
What happens at 205? It's been very quiet at 205. There's not a lot of there's no clear contender there. People want to say Gustafsson, but I think Gustafsson now is going to fight. Forget who's he fighting now.
Volkan Ozdemir.
Is that?
Yep.
Okay.
Volkan Ozdemir. I believe that's happening now.
227. That's next month.
227. Yep.
In Los Angeles, yeah.
In LA. So I guess we'll see what happens there.
Okay.
I don't know that. I mean, do you think they're going to make that for the interim? Do you think they're going to make that?
They might. They might.
Might make it for the interim. You think?
I can see that. I don't. Yeah, honestly, I don't see DC going back. There's no need for him to go back. He's probably just gonna. He's gonna vacate it. There are more fights for him at heavyweight, potentially than at light heavyweight.
This is true. But yeah, right now, the light heavyweight and heavyweight divisions are kind of. I mean, you got DC.
Nah,
DC is the champ.
DC could eat all the Popeyes and what he wants.
Fuck yeah. But
disrespect that Popeyes chicken.
disrespect that Popeye's chicken, man. But real quick, for anybody who doesn't follow us on Instagram, even though you should be, because we're the okayest podcast on the planet. We're also the okayest MMA page on Instagram. Another fight that was announced this week, other than the Gustafsson and Ozdemir at UFC 2227, real quick. We also have Anthony Smith going against Shogun Rua. Is the new main event for UFC Hamburg on July 22nd. And also another fight was announced this week. Oh yeah, Joanne Calderwood. JoJo's coming back to the UFC and back to the flyweight division as she takes on Kalindra Faria at UFC Lincoln, which is in August 25th. August 25th. So yeah, just a couple of fight announcements for your ass. But yeah, hats off to Daniel DC Cormier, the champ, light heavyweight and heavyweight division, and the new possible GOAT. I mean, he was in the GOAT conversations for me in like prior anyway, just because of his dominance in both of those divisions. But I mean, now he definitely has the accolades and the beltage to say so.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I like him better as a champ than Conor as a champ. No offense to Conor McGregor, but, you know, why don't you defend the belt? And then maybe somebody will call you a champ. Why don't you come back to MMA? Then maybe somebody will call you a champ. Why don't you do something? Then maybe people will call you the champ. But I've had weird conversations with people about, like, he's like, oh, what do you think about Conor McGregor, greatest of all time? And I'm just like, it's far from that. Get out of here. No, absolutely not. Like, he's a great fighter, definitely this and that. But I mean, if you
he's the biggest fighter of all time.
Probably the biggest superstar. Yeah, that I'll give him, absolutely.
Not the greatest fighter of all time.
Maybe next to John Jones and GSP, I'd definitely call him like the biggest star. Well, Ronda Rousey though. Ronda Rousey was a bigger star, I think, than.
No, I don't think she was.
I mean, she did big things for the women's. I mean, I guess that would be that conversation. Who is the bigger star, Ronda Rousey or Conor McGregor? I mean, also,
there was a list.
If Conor McGregor ends his UFC career right now, I don't think they're going to put him in the Hall of Fame. They put Ronda Rousey in the Hall of Fame. For all of those who saw the Hall of Fame.
Out of the top 5 highest grossing UFC pay-per-views, McGregor is in 4 of them.
Jesus.
He headlined 4 of them.
Yeah, I guess you can call the biggest.
So,
but I mean, just like, I don't know.
The only one that he wasn't on was 100. But that was before he even was fighting.
I guess, yeah, they're big. Okay, so I guess we'll do biggest star.
But Rousey is,
most important.
She's got a couple there. But yeah, I wouldn't say she's.
Ronda Rousey was the top though before Conor McGregor was around.
She's there. She's got that she had that star potential.
Yep.
It was her and him really.
Yep. Yeah, before McGregor showed up, it was her and Lesnar were the bigger stars. Lesnar getting
Lesnar's still.
He's still a big fight.
Him versus DC is going to be a big fight.
Absolutely, especially in New York. What? Oh my God, we need to go see that.
They need to put some.
We need to go see that fight, sir. It's going to be in Madison Square Garden.
This is possible. Imagine if they could do DC Lesnar, Conor Khabib at MSG.
That would be fucking ridiculous.
That would win. That would be their all records.
That would be the only way. I mean, that would be the only way they can beat the.
That would be number 1.
GSP being the double champion.
Diaz McGregor. Actually, that's funny. Diaz McGregor 2 were the top 2.
Huh. Interesting. That makes sense now. Because, it makes sense.
That would be number 1. I feel like that would have to be number 1.
Where's GSP? I feel like I don't see GSP in this thing.
I mean, you got him versus Diaz, him versus Penn, him versus Bisping.
When did...
He just has a lot, like, in general. Just because he's fought so many times, like, he has a lot. Like, in this
UFC 225? Was it 225? When GSP got the middleweight championship belt?
Yeah, that was Bisping, right? 217.
217. There you go. My apologies. Oh, really? I thought they did better than that.
Nah, I mean, it did good, but
it did good.
It didn't do better than, like, him versus Diaz.
Yeah, right. That's interesting. I would have figured that it would have.
They also broke the gate. No, like the gate as far as like numbers.
Yeah.
With who was he fighting? I forgot who he was fighting now. That they were in Toronto.
Fuck. Josh
was
Koscheck?
It Shields?
Koscheck?
No.
Shields. It was Shields.
Was it Shields?
Yeah, it was Shields.
In Toronto, that was a crazy. It was like 50,000 people or something.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, Jake Shields, Toronto. That was crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought like Bisping versus GSP did better than that. But no, yeah, holy shit, if they could get Conor to go against Khabib,
yeah, 55,000, jeez.
At lightweight, and then Brock Lesnar versus DC at heavyweight, that probably would be the biggest fucking card ever. That would definitely be. I mean,
that would be nuts.
Fucking A. That could do 2 million buy rates. It'd be crazy if it did that. I mean, right now I think what their top was like 1.6.
Especially like they're gonna leading up to they're gonna go straight WDW with it.
Fuck yeah! Why the fuck not? They came back to where it started. In New York. But
let's talk about what we got coming up.
But yeah, historic night, UFC 226.
From last night.
If you didn't see it, try to find a way to watch it. But it was a great fight. Moving on to
Boise,
next
Idaho.
Week, yeah.
I feel like this card has had a lot. It's got a lot of. Why is this guy's head so big?
It's different
compared to.
It's their.
Oh wait, and Mendes too. Though. You got Return of Dos Santos.
The first, whatchamacallit.
He's coming back from his drug test.
This is UFC's first. This is UFC's first event in Du Bois, right? Boys.
I think so.
Boys, yeah. Idaho. Okay, yeah, that's why. Usually when they have like their first time in a city, they'll make a pretty big card regardless of where it's on. But yeah, doesn't look like
Santos fighting Ivanov. I think that's. I think he's from like PFL.
Huh.
This is his first fight in the UFC.
Oh yeah. Is he undefeated or?
I don't think. No, he's not undefeated, but he's like. Decent heavyweight.
He's been like on a tear at least recently. Hasn't he been? Let me look this fucking up.
I feel like he might have been. I think he was a champ at PFL. He was PFL / WSOF. So he has one loss and.
He's only lost once. Yeah,
Volkov.
Alexander Volkov. Oh, funny. Well, Volkov.
And that was for the Bellator finale.
I think we're forgetting about Alexander Volkov. Actually, he's like a heavyweight in the UFC.
Yeah, he's coming up.
Yeah, he's coming up. Fucking nice.
So yeah, Ivanov's looking pretty decent, and he left PFL as the champ.
Nice. Not a bad.
You got Sage Northcutt.
I think it's always bad for like a person to debut on the main event
main
event of a UFC card, regardless. Just because when you get
it's a curse. You think it's a curse there?
Not even a curse. It just. Like I say, when you get in the octagon, it's different. You get the jitters. It's just like just an entirely different feel than being in any other organization. I feel like nobody should really get a main event spot because it's just nerve wracking. Like they didn't give her a main event spot, but Megan Anderson versus Holly Holmes on like the pay-per-view and shit.
Yeah,
it was like a co-main event.
I'd like to see her come back.
Definitely, absolutely. Yeah, I love Megan
Sage Northcutt. Whatever. Bermudez is back.
Bermudez.
That Bermudez is good. That could be fun.
Bermudez's fights are always good.
Rick Lynn.
Rick Lynn.
You got. Jesus Christ! I should just open a new tab.
Yeah, I was gonna say just leave it that way so you could read all the stats and stuff.
You got Randy Brown, Nico Price. That could be fun. You got Miles Jury's back versus the return of Chad Mendes.
Click on that. Now you can click on. If you click on that, it just switches up. Look, click on. No, go down.
Oh, here.
Right. Yeah, click one of those. Boom! Okay. Look at what happened. The computer guy learned something.
Oh, like America, like balls in my mouth.
Damn.
Miles Jury ranked number 12. Okay, Chad Mendes.
I'm
interested to see
back after 2 years of he was the USADA
cream.
Thing, right?
Yeah, he had some cream
that
had some steroid in it.
He's been suspended for 2 years for USADA. He was apparently using some sort of like it was prescribed cream or something like that for his skin. I think he had like eczema or something like that. There was a particular steroid in this lotion that he was using, and it was in his system, which has happened before. It's happened before, and I mean, Chad Mendes has never been one to cheat, so I believe it. But he's coming back and he's fighting Miles Jury, so that should be a pretty interesting fight. He's on the card as well. And we also have
Kat Zingano.
Kat Zingano is back, and she's going against Marion Renaud. That's going to be a good fight.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, they're both gritty fighters, both very, very, very pressure fighters. And Kat Zingano coming back after
I'll be rooting for Kat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always a fan of Kat Zingano. Eddie Wineland is also coming back, making a comeback right now, coming back to, well, he's been out for like a year or something like that, or out on injury, I forget.
I'm not sure.
I think he was out on injury for like a year. He's going against Alejandro Perez. On
Turbo.
on the prelims, Darren Elkins will be going against Alexander Volkanovski.
You know, I've never seen someone on. Wait, is Darren? Fuck. When was the last? Fuck.
What happened?
Yeah, I was. All right, I was right. Okay.
What?
He's been. I've never seen someone on such a win streak to just never get like a really good fight. Like,
What do you mean?
like Darren Elkins has been. He's on this win streak now for like who knows? I don't even know how long. Yeah, he's number 10. He's I don't know exactly what the win streak
Oh, you're
is.
right. Yeah, he's not gonna.
He's got. Or his last
1,
loss
2,
was against
3.
Hakon Diaz. So he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight win streak.
It's featherweight, dude.
And he's not even fighting a ranked guy.
Featherweight division's deep, dude.
It's just kind of crazy to me.
I think
But-
if he wins this one, they'll give him like Cub Swanson or someone in the top 5, maybe. They'll like jump him up. You know what they do? They usually have like no name, like
Look at that hair. Jesus.
Justin Scogans.
So yeah, and then you got Justice Kogan, Said Nurmagomedov. Is that is he related in relation to Khabib?
Said Nurmagomedov.
Huh.
Said.
Said? I want to say Said.
Nurmagomedov. A
The
third
third.
Nurmagomedov. Said.
He's 11-1, coming from WFCA.
Does he
Not
have any?
familiar with
Does he have
them.
any family?
Khabib said they won.
they-
Said is a Russian bantamweight fighter who is related to both Khabib. You know who calls him the Eagle? Nobody. Khabib and Abubakar.
Cousins.
Interesting. Okay,
Oh, they're cousins.
so that's interesting. I don't know they're
So many
Nurmagomedov.
goddamn tabs open.
Yeah, that's true. And then you got Kurt Hallbaugh, who is apparently an unlockable character. And
I think the
Robbie
fight's off.
Vasily.
Maybe. Doesn't that mean the fight's off? If he's
It
correct?
shouldn't. It shouldn't be. It wouldn't even be on air.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
It's fucking fun. That's fucking weird. You got Liz Carmouche, Jennifer
Against
Maya,
Jennifer Maya.
Mark De La Rosa, Elias Garcia, and Jessica Aguilar. There's Jody Escobar.
That was supposed to happen not too long ago, right? That was supposed to happen in the card they had in MSG. No, not the card they had. The card they had Buffalo. I think that was supposed to happen. I remember, like, I think she got
Jessica
like
Aguilar?
she had like a hangnail or some shit
She's
like
not
that.
even ranked anymore?
Jessica Aguilar had like a hangnail or something like that, and so
what happened to
yeah,
her
they
rank?
didn't let it happen. But now it's gonna happen
Where'd she
at
go?
Boys. So
It's a pretty decent card.
yeah, very much so.
And then the
Pretty
following
decent
week, you got Shogun Smith. This is a late replacement. Shogun
Yeah.
was supposed to fight. Who was he supposed to fight? No, I forget now.
I forget. I know Ilir Latifi is injured, so that fight is
Yeah,
off.
Teixeira.
Excuse me. Yeah, that fight is off now. They have Ilir Latifi. Was supposed to go against Glover Teixeira. I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. But
And then obviously you got 227 next month. So that's really the.
yeah, got a long month. Long month of fights ahead of us. We got a fight about every week, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Also, UFC announced their upcoming calendar for the rest of 2018.
Yeah.
Like September through December. November is gonna be a busy month. November you got
Every week?
2:30, November 3rd, November 10th. Then is the 25th anniversary show on Fox Sports 1 for the UFC. I don't really know if they have like a card for that yet, but yeah, they have that.
When does the Contender Series end? Oh, it ends in August? Okay.
Yeah, August 7th.
Okay.
Weeks.
Because I was thinking, like, yeah, that'd be crazy if, imagine, 2019, okay. Imagine if Contender Series was going, like, all the way through November, and then you had a fight every week, and then you had Dana White Contender Series every week.
Nah, that's nuts. That's too much. That's a lot. Though.
Too much MMA.
That's a lot, but I mean, yeah, looking like the rest of 2018 is going to be definitely a busy year for the UFC. You have a lot more cards coming up, but yeah. What time is it?
It is 1:30.
I think it's a
That's
good.
a good time to
10.
wrap it up, yeah.
Sure. Why the fuck not? Yeah. All right. This
All
is
right.
good. I think we like this actually. By the way, everyone, we're going to be starting our show at noon now, so catch us at noon on Sundays from now on. We also changed that on our Instagram. If you're not following us on our social media page, you should be, and you would have known this news before.
Yeah, you
But
fucks.
yeah, we'll be starting our show at noon now. It just kind of makes more sense. Before we were like, let's not do it at noon because at noon people are eating lunch, and now it's like, well, what the fuck does it matter?
I could eat lunch and watch it.
This is true. So, Lunchtime with us every Sunday. Come and see us.
Make sure you bring extras.
There you go. And yeah, real quick before we sign off, congratulations to Daniel DC Cormier for now being the champ once again. I always thought he was one of the greatest, even before he won this belt. But now, it's definitely has him in the that conversation, the very very tiny conversation. And all he has to do is be better than George St. Pierre and Demetrius Johnson.
Easy.
But yeah, thank you once again for joining us on Sunday, per usual. Checking out the okayest MMA podcast in the world, Dre Quarterguard. Follow us on social media at Dre Quarterguard. And yeah, we're gonna start putting a lot more stories up, like our reactions of shit, and like a look back at some of the old episodes. So get a little bit more, socially.
Next week will be a flashback episode.
Yeah, we'll get a little social media friendlier. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Much love.
Tip your hookers and drive safely.
What he said. Goodbye.